What's up, guys? Welcome back to Molly Bullies Kennels. I'm just gonna make this quick video talking about my third female that I purchased, and this is kind of like a part 3 or part 4, I guess, since the last video that I made. So just a little recap. It started off with China. When I sold her, I was sure that I wanted to do this. This is what I wanted to do. When I got her, I wasn't too sure. I was like, I don't know. But, owning an American Bully was nice, But after I sold her, I was like, I mean, if I could get another sale like this in the next year or so, then it's really worth it. So, I got after I sold China, or before I sold China, I purchased a stud, which is Güero. Then some time passed, and I purchased my second female, which was Nikki. Then I sold China. Well, before I sold China, I had two females and a stud. So, it was time for me to get another female, which was going to be my last female. And that was my thinking. I was like, I gotta have at least 3 females to form my kennel, in my opinion. So, I started looking for a third female, and I hit up a buddy of mine. He was the same buddy that had sold me Nikki. Actually, he hit me up. He showed me a picture of Cardi. And he told me, he's like, hey, I have this female available, if you're interested. So, I was looking for a third female, and everything sounded good. I was like, yeah, I mean, she's nice. So I went to go look at her in person. And, when I got there and I saw her, I was like, wow, I gotta have her for my camp. So, I asked him, like, hey, how much you want? And, he told me. So I saved up the money, and eventually, I bought her. So now I had 3 females and a stud. Okay, now that I did, have all these American Bullies, I was like, okay, let's go all into this breeding bullies. So I was just waiting for them, to come of age so I could start breeding and making money and stuff like that. So I was like, I gotta get a second stud. So I can have at least 3 females and 2 studs. But at the time, I was also like, I gotta come up with a kennel name for myself. I mean, I didn't know what I could call myself. I didn't know what I can call my kennels. So I don't know how it was. I put some thought into it, and I seen that a lot of people would use their last name and then put kennels. So for example, Gonzalez Kennels or Lopez Kennels, something in that sort. So I was like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my last name and then put kennels. So how about I mix it? So I came up with the name Molly Bully Kennels. And I was like, well, it's a mixture of my last name and it has kennels. So I was like, okay, I'll stick with it. Then I made a then I hit up a local, or not a local, but then I hit up a graphic designer, and I told him, hey, can you make up a logo for my kennel name? And he was like, yeah. And he did. He came up with this nice logo. So I was all excited, and I was ready to go. I was just like, I'm missing one last piece, which is my second stud. But I gotta make sure this stud is nice. I gotta make sure this stud is short, because I was reading more about bullies. I was reading more about bullies. I was reading more about how you can establish your kennel. Things of that sort. I was reading more about what a bully has to have, what features he has to have, what makes a bully, things like that. So I was really getting into it. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I started. I already had my kennel name. I had my 3 females. I had a stud. I wanted one last stud to start. And in my mind, I was like, 2 studs and 3 females is enough to start your kennel, in my opinion. And I was like, once I have that, then I'm gonna go full-fledged into this. I'm gonna start doing some research. I'm gonna start doing some, etc. So I was really excited. But then, I sold China. I got an offer for her, and I sold her. So I was like, damn, I only got 2 females now. Some time passes, so I was like, I gotta get a 3rd female. I sold China, and with the money, I can buy a 3rd female, but I can also buy a stud. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it happened. This is pretty much the part 4 of this series, I guess. I got my 3rd female, but I also sold China. So, I was left with 2 females. And, in the next video, I'll talk about my 3rd and last female that I got and my 2nd stud that I got. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I started. That's pretty much how I got, things rolling. I got my kennel name. I got my logo. I started meeting some people. I started adding friends on Facebook, different kennels. I started getting known. I tried to expose myself as much as I could, show off my dogs, all of this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the bully game. Little by little, buying my dogs. But yeah, just something I wanted to share with y'all. Stay tuned for the next video. That's it for this video. Some fast, some quick. And yeah, y'all stay safe out there. Like and subscribe. See ya.